how's it going, everybody? Welcome back to the launch pad at Moon Landing. And today we have a very, very special guest with us today, coming all the way from Italy, one of the new faces and one of the new pioneers of bass music coming in. Please welcome Eater. Thanks for being here with
Pleasure,
us.
pleasure to be here. I'm very happy for the opportunity, and I am ready for the interview.
Absolutely. So, there are a lot of people who are fans of you over the years, like me. I've been following you since the hybrid trap days. And
hmm
there
hmm
are also people here who don't really know too much about you and are still relatively new. So for those of you who are just finding out about you, could you tell us a little bit about who is Eater and what is your journey been like in music from the time you started until now?
Of course. Well, I started in 2017. The Guitar Project has was born in 2017 with the golden era of hybrid trap. I'd say that's really the route that I had at the beginning, by releasing on hybrid trap, of course, the label, right, and then started from there, developing on all the sounds and like really finding my own um, voice into this, right? Because that's I feel like that is the hardest thing for an artist to defining his own unique voice into all the sounds that are happening right now. And so from 2017, first couple of years, just grinding, putting tracks out, getting my name out there. Then from there, is slowly has started to pick it up pace. And in 2019, I saw my first couple of tracks getting played out, which was very, very nice. Then COVID happened, so that was a little bit of setback. But then, COVID happened and also gave me a nice fire inside to really, get back once everything was settled. And then from there, just continue to make some extra music, start to getting released on nice labels. Now, of course, we have the Subcon release, which is a very nice accomplishment, and I'm very happy for it. And yeah, so far the sound is evolving, still in the realm of hobby trap, but evolving every day.
I love that. And that's the idea behind it, just continuing to evolve and grow as an artist too. And I love that about you as well.
Thank you.
So yes, the Invader EP is finally out.
It is. It
And
is.
you
Very
like you
excited for it.
yes. And like you said, you had support from Subcarbon Records. When you first got the message or the call from them that they wanted to sign this EP, how did it make you feel? And what was going through your mind at that moment that you got that official co-sign from Ganja White Knight?
Yeah, it was really out of nowhere almost. We were looking for a place for the label, and we were just starting to search for names, and Subcar was one of the first to be interested in it, and it was really a nice surprise, I'd say. And it really, made me feel like I'm going to the right direction. That's for sure.
Absolutely. And was there an inspiration behind the theme of the EP? Because I love that it had the alien invasion and you had this sort of cinematic experience that you're giving to your audience. Like the aliens are coming, like in your track Invader, and then you take us
Mhm.
all through this whole journey up to extinction where the aliens are here, they're in control, and humans have to submit.
Yeah,
So was
yeah. There definitely was an inspiration. It definitely a part of it is my journey, right? Trying from Italy to come to play outside of Italy, mostly in the US, but everywhere in the world actually. So that definitely was one of the inspiration, but a lot of inspiration from my younger years when I was watching a lot of movies and playing a lot of games. Definitely that's was a little very big part into the whole creating of the Invader EP. Definitely I can say that the fact that we wanna almost like get an invasion go, we like the tour and everything, what every artist like dream of. That's that was a very, very big inspiration for me.
Absolutely. And one thing I love about the cover of your EP too is that not a lot of people might know this at first, but the mask of the alien is actually your logo.
Yeah, yeah. So Carbon did a crazy job for that. They have such an incredible artist over there. We had a little chat about it, and I'm very, very happy with how the whole cover art turned out.
Yeah, it came out amazing and it really set the tone for what the EP was going to be about.
Yeah, yeah. It's crazy to see my face like that. Like, you gotta be honest, but it's so cool.
I love that. And you were talking about earlier evolving your sound as an artist. And something that I did notice throughout your career is that, especially in the last year, I think you had between 30 to 35 tracks that you released. Only
Mhm.
12 of those you released on labels, and everything else you released yourself.
Yep.
Oh,
Yeah.
was that something that you had to adjust to from just being signed to labels to just saying, you know what, I'm not gonna wait, let me push these myself?
I well, actually, I was used to releasing by myself. That's always been the priority for me, being able to be free, right, and being able to have my own schedule. But I do also enjoy a lot working with labels. I love it. Of course, you have schedule that are being more strict because they have a lot of artists on the roster. They have to manage a whole more just one person, right? And so I do quite love the new balance that I found by releasing with labels and releasing on my own. But yeah, I'd say that the adjustment has been pretty easy, to be honest.
Very nice. And even with that evolution of sound, there are different tracks you released, like let's say Eden, where you say welcome to heaven, and it has more of this ethereal sound where you're kind of in a universe that is your own, but has a more light tone to it. And then you
Mhm.
have another track like The Cell, where it gets to this dystopian kind of almost back to that invader vibe that you were creating. Is that
Yep.
something that you wanted to establish as an artist yourself as well?
Yeah, I definitely want to keep my option open as far as where I can branch with my sound. And I feel like once, I found the right path with how I wanted to take the darker side, I knew that I wanted to do something lighter. But I'm actually working on branching that sound even more. So you definitely can expect even way more left field type stuff for me in the future.
That's awesome. I can't wait to hear that too.
I'm excited for it.
Yeah. And even on your journey, you've had the opportunity to work with so many other talented artists like Herbaze, Gom, LOJ, Saturn, Blurred Vision, and Triple, which is a huge catalog and a huge different variety of sounds. How
Mhm.
has working with all of these different artists has helped you evolve your sound and help you grow as an artist?
It has really shaped me, I'd say. Doing collaboration always opens up your mind to new approaches to the same thing, right? Because we all make music in the DAW nowadays, right? But we all have a different way of approaching it, which is crazy and also very inspiring to see, right? You have different approach to how to make this sound, how to make this song, and I tried my best to get the most out of it. And I always enjoy meeting with new people, meeting with new artists, new talent, and always grow and learn new things, and also show a lot of what I do to them, and hopefully inspire them to create new sounds within their project.
Absolutely. And even with the Invader EP as well, was there a specific story that you were trying to tell with the project? Like you had certain voiceovers, like I said earlier, creating that atmosphere, like a girl was screaming and crying that the invasion was coming. But when you make your music, are there certain stories that you want to tell?
Yeah, yeah, there is a big storyline happening, right? Now, every track is not per se the next like phase of that story. I like to branch out and tell a different part of the story, different moments. But I do have a bigger picture that is going to happen eventually, and you can able to go back and see, oh, that's why did that track happen, and oh, that's why I had this vocal. So it's all making sense in a bigger picture that eventually is going to be completed once you feel like I said everything that I wanted to tell.
I love that. And even before the Invader EP came out, you had support from so many heavy hitters in the game too. Like besides Ganja White Knight, you've had Zed's Dead. You were just on Heckler's What the Heck Radio as well. Then you had your Beat Lab mix and Brain Rack, and then Dak Daniels also supported you too.
Mm-hmm.
Had you imagined that your sound would get to this big of a level and listen to this many ears?
I I have to say yes on this one because I from the get go I this is something that I always had is I really believe in what I can do, what I can achieve. So I don't want to flex or anything, but I knew that I could get this to this level and even further to this. So I can say that I always visualize myself being where I'm at, seeing the things that I'm seeing, experiencing the things that I'm experiencing, and so yeah, I say that I did visualize everything that is happening and even more of what is going to happen next.
I love that. Setting those goals and hitting them one by one.
Yeah, exactly.
And maybe even one of those goals, I'm not sure if it was one for you, but you also landed a spot on Excision's Lost Lands compilation with your track
Mhm.
like Eater. And then
Mhm.
ever since then, you've just been getting so much exposure, like I said earlier, Zed's Dead, and just getting played out constantly at festivals. When you got that support from Excision, what was the first thing that went through your mind, or what were you thinking about as well?
Well, the first thing actually was what's next, right? It's always I'm always on the next thing. I do celebrate like the moments that I'm very glad for like Fusion taking the track and putting into the Lawson play, playing it out at Lawson. Says that playing chamber, for example. But I'm always happy to see that, but I'm also very excited for the next thing. Usually when I see that happening, I already know what's gonna happen next. And so I'm always like looking forward, but appreciative of the moment and also what I've accomplished so far.
Absolutely. Can't ever forget those baby steps along the way that just make you who you are today.
Exactly, exactly. You gotta appreciate every moment, embrace it, but also remember that you're here for the long run and you gotta not stop too much celebrating the moment.
That's right. I love that. And something that a lot of people may not know about you too is that you also offer music mentorship for DJs and producers. Is
Yeah.
that something that you've been focusing a lot on too, or is that something that you wanted to do on the side and help build up other artists and just learn things along the way?
I actually always had that thing in me to help, wanted to help others. I wanted to show, my friends around how to do music, how to, improve on their career. So I say that it has always been with me. Lately, I've been really, focusing on and really taking a selection of artists to help really grow the project. And I having a lot of good times with that. I'm seeing a lot of progress from them. And really the people that I choose to work with are really, 100% on in the project. I'm very excited for them, and I'm happy to see them progress and achieving their goals. And so I really enjoyed that side as well. And it always has been a part of who I am and how I work.
Excellent. You said you've been around for 2017, and that's been quite a while, and a lot of
Mhm.
people may not know about that as well. But just from following your career too, what is something about you that a lot of people may not know about, but you want to tell them?
Well, the Ether project may have started in 2017, but I've actually been doing music or like DJing around from 2013, actually. So it has been a little more than 5 to 6 years. It has been almost a decade of in the works. And the Ether project was a statement of, okay, I know what to do, I know where to go next. This is how I'm gonna do it.
Awesome. And is there anything else you want to add for the people out there? Maybe fun facts or things that you're working on that's coming up?
Well, we're working, as you can imagine, on a lot of things, right? As I always said, I'm always appreciating at the moment, but focusing on the next thing. We have a lot coming. We are working on a lot of things, as far as project collaborations, probably a couple more EPs. We'll see. Um, Definitely, we're working on a lot of things behind the scenes. There's a lot of things that takes time to develop, and we want to take the most amount of time to make them as perfect as possible. So my fans can really be looking forward to what's going to happen next.
Absolutely. And with all the support you've been getting from all these different bass artists, maybe hopefully we'll see you at Lost Lands one day.
Of
That would be
course, of course,
amazing.
of course. Well, first of all, shout out to them to continue to support me. Like huge, huge shout out to them. I wouldn't probably would have been here without them supporting the project. So have to say a big thank you to Excision, Zazda, AT Aliens, all the guys, even all the guys that I collaborated with, and of course to my team as well. Like without them, it would have been even half of where I am right now.
Absolutely.
course.
All right. The Invader EP is right now out on Subcarbon Records. Go stream it, go download it, and go support Eater. Thank you so much for joining us. We hope to see you again very soon.
Thank you so much for having me, and I'm gonna be looking forward to see you guys soon.